So now we have to do one thing. Let's once I'm pressing on any of the buttons, so my visual post should be redirect to somewhere URL else. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll create this method as a page reference. Okay, this is my page reference. So I'll initialize this one. Page reference p is equal to new page reference. Inside this one, so I can pass the value where I want to redirect the page. So what will I do here? Let me do one thing. Let me just click on linkedin.com only. So once I will press the button, then it should be redirect to LinkedIn. Okay, so I'll do p dot. So we have to redirect this one. We have to set and redirect somewhere else. Set redirect, and let's make it true. It's a standard method. Let's return the what's the registration construction or defined page reference. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me just go to Visual Force page now, and let me just pass the value something like this. Let me click on press button. I'm pressing the press button, so my page redirect to LinkedIn account. Okay, my page go to LinkedIn and my record is also inserted. Okay, after insertion of my record, then it is redirecting as well. So now in this scenario, so you can pass anything here, like where you want to redirect. If you want to redirect to some Visual Force page and all, okay, that's the way to redirect anything in Visual Force page. Okay, so that's the one thing.
Hello, Amarjit.
Yes.
You said when in static method only we use it return now.
No, bro. This is a page reference method. In page reference method is also you need to return the records.
Okay.
In the page reference as well. This page reference will this will work in your Visual Force page, Lightning component, Lightning web component, everywhere.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. So now, okay, now so we'll do one thing. Let's remove my Apex class now. Let's remove my controller here. Okay, I will create the records from my standard controller only. So what is my standard controller where I will never use my custom controller. I'm using account here, and in account I'm using acc.account.name, account.phone, ac.name. So here in the action, I will pass save. So now I don't need to use my Apex class. Okay, there is Apex class, nothing is there related to Apex class. There is nothing is related to customer functionality. Okay, this is so if I'm trying to do here, I will show. Okay, something like this, I'm passing and I'm pressing the records. So it will redirect to your detail page of your account object in case of standard controller. Okay, every time it can be, or even you can do one more thing here. So you can press the buttons, you can keep your button here, and once you are clicking the button, once you are pressing the button, your record should be inserted in a database. Even you can put your Visual Force page button on the detail page as well. How can we make it? We'll go to setup, we'll go to buttons, account. On account we have button, link, and action. We'll go to new button, link, and we can say insert account, new record. We'll make a detail page button. Okay, let's go to Visual Force page. So now it is showing two pages, standard set page and record creation page. So what is our page name? Record creation page. Okay, so record creation page will do. So do we need to open in new window, or we need to open in existing window only? So it's up to you. So let's make it new window only, and let me just create this new button. Let's go to account object now, and let's go to page layout. So where is my button? Insert account record. So this button we are getting here. So once I will call this button, so my record will, no, sorry, my one pop-up will become with Visualforce page, and over there, so we will get the like current page ID for current page value. Current page value means this is my Hive issue. Okay, if I'll go to any other records, even I'm not entering anything. Let's say I'm going to this records, Nasir and all the, no, this is a different page layout. No? The different page layout. So we'll go, hopefully this is a same layout. Yeah, this is a same layout. So it is showing the name, whatever name which we have for the account. So this is a name, right? Account name. Even we are not entering anything, by default it is showing, because by default it is capturing the current page ID. Current page ID records. Okay. So if I will put my Visualforce page on the detail page, not even on button. So how can I put, this is my Visualforce pages. If I want to drag and drop the Visualforce page and want to make some scroll functionality and all, scroll down and all, we can create this one and we can save the report. So like this, we can insert. If I'll some of the other value, it will be not seems very good, but yeah, you created. See, it is not seems very good. Now it is seems like this only. Like it's a inner window is open, right? So that's the thing. Even you got it or not, so how can we call the things? But in case of custom controller, you can never use these kind of things. Let me just make a custom controller here. Even I cannot make custom controller. Let me just try to get custom controller, and it is showing you cannot change standard controller object account page is referenced in the page layout account. So we are using this page marketing layout, so we cannot call this custom controller. In case of your record page, detail page, on button or anywhere, you cannot call. So because of to overcome this functionality, so we are going to standard controller. So but yes, there is some challenges for standard controller as well. Challenge means, let's say it is capturing, we can do the things, some of the functionality we can perform. Let's do the small example as you already done with calculator. So can we create a calculator with this one? No, it won't be possible. Like we have to write for like some JavaScript and all. With the help of that we can do. But yeah, rest of the things, if we have lots of like complex functionality, like where database is needed, so that time your custom controller is used. So there is very less chances like person is not using this one. There are very less chances they are using this one. No one is using this one. Okay, so now we'll go, let's forget about this controller now. Okay, so now we done custom controller, standard controller. Let's go to extension controller now. This is my Apex class. This is my Apex class. Okay, so what is the use of extension controller and what's the identification for extension controller is? In the parameter, I'll do Apex pages dot standard controller, and this is my variable. Okay, let me save this one. Okay, let me save this one. So it is showing because my, one second. Okay, and let me save now. This is my saved. This is my Apex pages standard controller. Okay, so now what we'll do now, so we'll remove the things again. So now I'm going to make this one extension controller. This is my extension and this is my controller name. Here I can say standard controller as well. So extension controller is nothing, it's a combination of your custom controller and standard controller. You can perform the action with your custom controller and let's say this is your custom controller, because this is your Apex class where you can perform anything, custom things, and we are calling in the Visualforce page. Even you have a standard controller with account, so whatever we done in the last previously, so that same thing we can perform here as well. Okay, so similarly, so if we want to display the number of records in the database from the database to UI, so what we will do here, we'll create a list of account. You are understanding, right?
Yes.
Kumar?
Yeah. It's basically you're creating a list to show the number of accounts created, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
This is list is equal to so we'll go to this list. Now we'll go to Visualforce page. So right now I don't need all these things. I don't know. I don't need these things. I'll create a table. I think we done in last video as well, right? If I remember, I guess. Okay, fine. It's a table. Now we need to create a column. It is showing the number of records on the, if you'll go to account object, let me go to any of the records. Now it will show the number of records. It is showing number of records here. If I click on this one, after that it is showing the number of records of the page. Okay, so it's just nothing. It's just like a combination of your custom controller and your standard controller. Okay, if you want to do some other custom thing, calculation and all, even you can perform the action with the help of Apex class. Okay, so here question is, so can we call two Apex class in one Visualforce page? So let's create new class as well. So we'll create new Apex class. Sorry. Okay, my class name is, this class name is 2. Constructor is also 2. Okay, so can I call this one? So let me try. So let's save this one. Let's go to Visualforce page. So let's make it comma. And let's call this one. Even we can call multiple class at a time. Okay, if you are calling like this, so let's say there is one example. So let's say I'm writing here action. I'm writing here action. In this action, I have something, let's say some main action is there. Okay, so my main action, my main method is existing in case of record creation controller 2 and controller 1. So my main method is in both, same method in both of the controllers. So now point is like which main method will be called first? You got it or not? You got the question or not?
You mean the class?
Yes.
The Apex
No.
class?
See, I have main method. Method name is main. So main method is existing in this one and in this one. So I have main method in to both the classes. So which main method will be called here? Thing is that because I have two Apex classes, right? So always order of execution of the extension, if you are using more than one extension, it's left to right. First
I
left.
am about to say that.
Okay, good. Yeah, it always
So
run.
Go ahead.
It always run from left to right only. Okay, so it's a order of execution in Apex class. And okay, fine. Okay, fine. So okay, fine. So now let's go to our extension set controller, standard set controller, sorry. So this is my standard, so I'm writing a standard set controller. Okay, so this is my controller here. So let me just call it. So now this is not standard controller, this is standard set controller. So standard set controller, I'll go to there and I'll go to account object. If I'll save the record, then it can throw an error message because I'm not using record set above. Yeah, so it is showing the error message unknown constructor because it is understanding extension only, right? It is not understanding standard set controller. So to overcome this issue, what will I use here? I'll use the record set above. There is record set above is a accounts is something you can use. So that is a mandatory in this one in the okay, sorry, yeah, record set above. So we are using this one. So this is standard set controller. Yeah, so let's remove this one. Hopefully it should work now. Eric, you cannot change standard control. Okay. Page layout. We referenced this one in page layout. That's what. So let's do one thing. Then let's go to account object. Let's remove this thing first. You know what's the issue here? Why it is showing the error message? Because standard set controller, we cannot add in case of button in case of page layout like a custom controller. We cannot call on the detail page. When we can call on the buttons, but we cannot call on the detail page button. Okay, let me save this one. So then where we will use this one? If we are not able to use standard set controller, so then where we will use this one? So where what can we do here? So this is also one button reference. So what can we do here? So we can go to account object or else on the contact object. Let's make it contact. Let's say I written this visual post page on contact object. Okay, standard controller is contact. Okay, some functionality will come from the account side and something will come from the contact side. Okay, so now what I want to do. So what is the use of that standard set controller? So this is a standard set controller. So that is used for list button. What is list button here? List button is, let's say this is your account detail page. Under this account you have contact object. So this contact object, if you want to like put some custom button here, let's say new contact and merge contacts, and there is some new buttons. So that if you want to add a new button here on the related list, so it's a list button. Both are list buttons. So we can create third list button. Both are standard list button. We can create our custom list button. So let me go to let's first create a buttons on the contact object, not on account object, because we are putting on the contact object. Under the account it's fine, but on the contact object we are doing. We can say create new contact from VF page, something like this. It's a not a good name, but yes, let's make it. So now we'll go to detail list button here. No, we'll not go to detail button, so we'll go to list button only. So let me just check. So what is this? So it's showing only one page, our page only, right? Let's save this one. So now let me go to account object again, and let me go to edit layout on the account object. We will go under the account. So we have one setting button here. So it's a account setting. So under that we have buttons. Then we can add our create new account contact from Visual Force page. Okay, saved this one. So if I'll click on this one, so let's check what is happening. So it is showing the number of records from the database. Okay, got it or not?
Yes.
समझ में आया ना भाई? मतलब ऐसे तो नहीं है.
Why we use a record set for there in Amarjit? What is the use of it?
Record set word is used for let's say I have page block table for
Okay.
standard controller. So I have a list, I don't have any ACC list and all. So in case of extension controller, we can use, in case of custom controller, we can use, but in case of our standard controller, we don't have anything here, right?
Yes.
On that scenario, we'll use the record set board, whatever value which we have in the record set board. So we'll call here and we can see the result. So it is showing that two things here. Like one is this list, second is this. This is from standard controller. This is from custom controller. Okay.
Okay.
That's a difference, but this is the use of record set board. Even this will create your local variable. We can say like this. This will create your local variable. You don't need to call any FX class and all in that scenario. So if you need any other variable related to that, then you can use it. Okay, and 1 second. Tab style contact. If you want to give like this as well, so let's this contact. Okay, we remove that. Okay, we remove that. So that here and it is contact here. Oh, I think we added in the sorry, account here. I'm going to contact. Yeah, you got it or not now? Sure. Should should contact your account. The detail page we have to current page ID it will get, and then accordingly fetch. So we'll do it by tomorrow then. Okay, Kumar.
Yep.
Do you have any question now?
No, I'm good with this. I know like the record set where we do it when we are doing the combinations of standard and
Yes.
extension.
Yes, right. And there is one more question which you need to find. Can we can we use custom controller and extension controller at a time?
Custom. We should be able to, right?
Yeah.
Because yeah.
We can do. No, extension controller, custom controller, and standard controller. 3 of them we can use at a time.
All 3?
Yes. Yeah, we can use. Okay, or one more question for you. So you have to find out, or might be so then tell me now only. So let's say how many code Visualforce page is showing at a time? Okay, so if it is there, if there is some limitation, then how can we increase that thing? Like how can we display 10,000 records on Visualforce page at a time? Okay.
Yep.
Okay then.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for joining.